do for you, Karen?
Well, I've had a couple readings with you before, and I was just calling to kind of get an update in the relationship department. I've gone through a breakup recently, so I was just going to see what you thought.
You know, this vacillation of energy connected with you and the person you broke up is very strong. So what it indicates to me that the two of you would probably roller coaster ride with each other a bit, you know, where you had some really good moments and then some real irritating times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is a strong possibility, okay? The reason I say possibility, Karen, is because I know you have free will. You're an adult. The other person involved is also an adult and has free will. But putting that to the side, it appears at this moment, now this could change a little bit later on, but it appears at this moment, Karen, that you're probably going to choose to free yourself completely from this and move on to another relationship eventually. So okay. I don't know if that's good news for you, challenging news. I'm not sure what you're going to do with that, but I do know this. You have really strong possibilities of moving into a more healthier type environment relationship. What's so interesting to me, Karen, let me ask you a question, sweetheart. Were you ever married or engaged? No? And because the reason I'm asking you that, I just had a little flash of the month of October. I saw engagement potential there. And it appears that this would more likely than not be in 2012. Now, I know that's a relatively short amount of time, but two things I want to touch on here. This could indicate that in October, you actually could end up getting engaged or promised, so to speak. But this also could indicate that in October, sometimes between the 6th and the 6th and the 16th or so of October, that the person you're with then will be the person you will choose to marry. Okay?
Good to know.
Now, when I just said that, the letter W became very prominent. Also the letter F, as in Frank. So W like Warren, F as in Frank. Now, these two letters, you know, honey, they could indicate initials of this person. It could indicate the first letter of their last name. Just kind of keep those things in mind. Okay? Quick question. Are you currently involved with classes, or do you have plans for additional education?
I've always planned to go back to school, but I haven't done it yet.
Oh, interesting, because, you know, when we got done with the trivia question, one of the things that came up so loud was school and further education, and also I wrote down the word stress, and I knew your stress energies were kind of high, but it makes sense a little bit when you told me you guys had just went through a breakup a bit. You know what I mean? And so that
No, there's a lot of stress there.
Oh, okay. That also, again, could indicate just got to watch the stress levels there. But anyway, going back to the education or schooling process, you know, this second half of 212 and all through 213, if you choose to make any classes education a priority, you'll be able to pull it off real easy.
Okay. Good to know.
Just food for thought. I mean, obviously no pressure there, Karen, but food for thought, you know, on that. But I know you would do really well. Just remember, honey, you're a catch. Take your time. You know, you do not have disastrous stuff around you over the next 3 to 4 months. I'm real pleased about that. I just feel at times you can just allow certain things to, you know, get a little worrisome on occasion. But you're fine. You've got some really good, solid energy around work as well. So count your blessings with that. Well, okay, Karen, thank you so much for God bless.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for tuning in today, Connie. What can I do for you?
I have a family member, a young family member, who tells us that she sees people that we can't see. And her mother is very cautious with this. She has brought out occasionally pictures of our family members who have passed on, and she can point out the ones that she has seen, and then the ones that are in the pictures that have not passed on, she doesn't know them. She hasn't seen them. And she says they talk to her and they play with her. Now, she sees other people that don't speak to her. she's been doing this for for several years, been telling us this, but we're not, pushing her or anything. We don't want to scare her about the whole thing. Is there any way to, help her build this gift that she has and keep it? Or do you see her keeping it as she grows older?
How old is she currently?
She's 6.
And she's still active. Okay. Being 6 years old.
She's been telling us about it for, probably 2 or 3 years.
That would make sense. Connie, this phenomenon that you're miraculous at times, in my opinion, that you're describing with her is so common, especially these days with young kids. But what I find interesting is that a huge portion of kids who have these gifts to communicate with loved ones on the other side or, different types of intuitive gifts, oftentimes will start losing those gifts when they're 5 or 6 years old. And since she's 6 and still has them very active, that's actually a really good sign. By chance, would you happen to know if she's a water sign? What month is her birthday? Do you happen to know?
October 23rd.
October 23rd? Well, you know what? Being a Virgo, no. October? What comes after October? November? That is a water sign. You're right. I'm getting hollered at. Wrong. September is before October. Well, knowing that she's a Scorpio then, Scorpios are very strong and generally known for being intuitives. They're very natural with that. Odds are, as my first instincts told me, that she will keep this gift with her. I would suggest that you give her a really strong background, if you have not already, regarding God, heaven, the teachings of Christ, all those things, because they are very, very metaphysical, the teachings of Christ. They teach us about our spiritual purpose, who we can truly be through service and unconditional love. The other thing I would recommend is that she learns meditation. I think it's a good idea for her to learn different aspects of symbolism, the chakras, what they represent, and, those type of things. They also have specific meditations available on the Internet that are designed for young children. Now, one thing I want to throw out there, I don't want anybody to get confused in the family to identify her, for example, as a indigo child or anything like that. She is a great kid. She's an older soul, and this is just natural parts of her abilities. The other thing is, I'm sure the family's aware of this, as she grows, keep her away from negative programming on television shows, films, that kind of thing. I would not recommend she watches certain ghost, goblin type shows, because we don't want to mess up with the psyche on that, because she's in such a good space with this. It's so cool, I got to tell you, Connie, that you and the child's mother and those around her are nurturing, very supportive of what's going on with this child, and I'm real pleased about that. And so she seems to be doing fine. The main thing, keep her...
We come and have readings with you quite often, and we're just, so pleased that she's got this gift and hope that she can keep it.
Oh, I believe she will, as I said earlier. And it's just a matter of continuing that nurturing process. I know in my life, my mother was such a really good support for me as a child with the experiences that I had gone through. And she gave me such a good, strong foundation in faith and prayer and hope, all those kind of things. And my mother also was really very strongly influential regarding the need to reach out and just serve. Keeping this child in those areas of truth and light is going to help her a tremendous amount, and I'm real pleased about that. But she's as normal as can be, and again, I strongly believe this will be held with her throughout her entire life. But again, they're teaching her meditation, prayer, some of the basics of those other areas I touched on is going to help her a lot. And again, as I said, she's not going to lose this gift, far from it.
No, I'm so pleased.
Yeah, it's a great thing, Connie. I'm thrilled for her, and it's a good thing. She's obviously here to serve, to touch lives. So, empower her regarding how she can do hands-on service, helping folks, because this is going to help her. The more a human, regardless of their age, is in that frame of service and truly touching lives, it's amazing how that consciousness energy that's required to be intuitive becomes more expanded. And today, and I'm sure since you and I've had sessions, I've emphasized the need for meditation for everyone. And so those connected to the child should also participate in meditation, because it could easily expand their consciousness as well. Okay?
Oh, very good. Okay.
Connie, thanks for tuning in today, honey. It's been a pleasure, and God bless.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye. Doing well, Courtney. What can I do for you today?
I just got a quick question for you. I'm currently pregnant right now, still in the first trimester, and the relationship with the father has been what you would call rocky at this point.
Sure.
He's away right now on duty for fires, and I'm just kind of wanting to know going forward what the relationship's going to be like as far as me and his connection and, you know, the connection with the baby right now.
Sure. You know, I feel the child has a lot of male energy, by the way. Do you know if it's a boy or a girl yet?
I do not. I'm only 2 months.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be a little boy. In regarding the relationship, I feel that it could still be a little bumpy as you guys move forward because you both are very strong, independent people with lots of opinions, and neither of you can control the other.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's there. But also, too, wasn't the pregnancy rather unexpected?
Very much. Very much.
Yeah.
So.
Because I think he even questions that at times, whether it was truly an accident or was it, you know, premeditated type thing. But, you know, I would take your time. I don't think he's going to drop the ball regarding parental responsibilities, but I think the two of you honestly just need to really sit down and negotiate and really decide, because I know you both can have actually potential for a very strong relationship in the future, but sit down and discuss what you're going to bring to the table, who you are, and all of those type of things. Oftentimes we don't discuss those aspects of relationship, but the potential is there. I wouldn't walk away from this at this point, but you got to be wise, honey, because you're only responsible for what comes out of you, ultimately. You know, it's your mind, your heart. Bring a lot of good stuff to the table and just continue to hang in there.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
It's definitely got potential here. And it's one of those things, both of you got a lot of karma involved with this, especially with you, sweetheart, when you said this wouldn't, you know, things like this will never happen to you. You know what I mean? Remember saying that years ago?
Right, right. Because I already currently have a little boy.
Yeah, tell me. But you know what? You're a good parent. You've got great parenting vibes. And I would hang in there, really be adult and try to talk to one another and just realize you really can't make each other happy or make each other angry. You guys are choosing to respond according to free will. But sit down and discuss, what are you looking for in a relationship? What are you willing to bring to the table? You know, those type of things. But again, trying to fix him, control him, or he trying to control you, you know, that's not going to happen. You guys need to agree and agree to disagree, those type of things. So good luck with that. And congrats on the new baby, by the way.
Thank you.
It's going to be very healthy, yeah. Thanks for calling in today.